I just finished my final game of Rilton. The tournament is now finished, and I am not even going to try to hide it. I played a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game, and I am so excited to show you this because I think I did like the craziest comeback of my life, okay? I will tell you because I think the title is going to say it, but I won my final game. And with that being said, I started this tournament with 2 out of 4, and then I won 5 games in a row and finished on 7 out of 9, okay? And I'll tell you at the end of the video what place I'm actually getting, but I've never done this in my life. I won 5 classical games in a row. I've never, ever, ever done this in my life. It's the first time ever. This is a record for me. Oh, it feels just absolutely incredible. I feel like such a winner, and it's just such a good feeling. But I'm so excited to show you this game because this game was absolutely crazy. So, I was playing against Jacopo Gennari. I'm not sure if that is the way you pronounce it. A 2187 from Italy. You know, way higher rated than me, and also had a very good tournament. He was gaining a lot of rating, so he was playing very well. So I went d4, d5, c4. This became a Slav, and then after bishop c4 and e3, I decided to surprise him with a move that my parents had prepared for me, which is a5. And this is a move that is just a little bit uncommon, but it started to become a lot more common because, well, Magnus has played it a few times, and yeah, the point is basically just as this pawn will become very strong in all endgames. And there's always ideas later on of going a6 perhaps, and yeah, there's all kinds of ideas. So he went bishop b4, which is the main move. I went queen a4, which I knew from the preparation. Now I'm threatening the bishop, and I'm also defending this pawn. So he went queen e7, I took the pawn, castles, castles, knight d7, and now I went bishop e2, which, yeah, I don't even know the reason for it, but my parents said I should do this. Like, this is the preparation I had from this morning. So, this is what I had looked at before the game. So I knew that I'm supposed to go bishop e2 now. And the idea is that if they go something like b5, I can always take, and, you know, there's never any knight b6 threatening both the queen and the bishop. So that was one idea of bishop e2, but also bishop is just quite well placed on e2 in general. So he went h6, which is the best move. I brought my bishop out, he went bishop d6, and here I had kind of forgotten what I should play. This was move number 12, and I didn't really remember exactly what I should play. So I spent actually a lot of time thinking here because I couldn't figure out what I should do if he goes e5, which for me was the scary, scary, scary thing right now. So I ended up going rook e1 after thinking for like 30 minutes, which was very stupid. I shouldn't think for so long. And I knew it, but I couldn't figure it out. And I started getting a bit into this analysis paralysis again that I sometimes suffer from. But at least with rook e1, I thought if he goes e5, I can probably here go e4. And this is very crazy, but the point is that if he takes, and takes, and now takes, and takes, you know, there's going to be a bit of a crazy position. I think worse, yeah, he can maybe get this, but here I have a great position. My pieces are very active, and yeah, I can even go, I don't know, I mean, I can even maybe go queen c4 check, or I can just go bishop c3. So I saw this, and I thought, okay, this has to be good. So I was ready to play e4 if he went e5, but this is what I was calculating for a long time. But he ended up playing knight e4 instead, and then I thought, okay, I probably should take. And then I found this great move, knight e5, which I thought if I don't play this move, I'm just going to get a very passive position. So I'm very happy that I found it. So here, well, the idea is that if he takes, I win a piece because I take back and I'm threatening both the bishop and the other bishop, so I will win one of the 2 bishops. So he cannot really take with the knight. And if he takes with the bishop, well, I'll also be very happy. He can go something like knight c5, but I can always go queen a3 or queen b4. I thought, just simply pinning the knight, and you see it's so good that black doesn't have the move a5. So I really like this line with a5. So instead, here, he ended up going rook d8, and I thought, okay, I should probably kick this bishop away so that it goes back. And after that, I went for the move knight c4, which is the best move. And I was really happy when I saw this. At first, I was like, oh, maybe something like this, but this is just a really bad move because black can simply take and my bishop is hanging. And I was also thinking for a long time, okay, should I go bishop c3? but I also didn't like it after takes, and bishop c5. I thought that this now becomes quite iffy, and I don't really want to go for a move like this because after takes and takes, I thought that there's even moves such as queen g5, and now the queen is coming in and my pawns are just going to get very weak. So I didn't like that. So I thought, okay, knight c4 looks better. He moved the bishop, and now I went queen a3. With the idea being that I was happy to play an endgame, and in all endgames I'm a little bit better because of this pawn. So he didn't want an endgame, which I kind of felt like he didn't want an endgame. He went queen h4, now threatening nasty stuff on h2, so I stopped it with f4. And now he played the move bishop e4, which is actually the best move. And I went bishop b4. I was actually really happy here. I thought it was better for him to go something like knight f6 to what I thought I was going to play rook f1, because this kind of prevents all his ideas with knight g4 as I can just go h3. And now the point is that if the knight goes there, bishop e1, this queen is actually getting trapped. So I was going to go rook f1, which is the best move. I'm really happy about that. But instead he played bishop e4, and now I was very happy because I thought after bishop b4, he went queen f6, which is the second best move. The best move is to sacrifice a pawn, which is crazy. Yeah, this is just not a human move, I feel like, to do. He went queen f6, and, you know, I only had 24 minutes left here, so I was definitely trying to play fast. But at some point along the way here, I told myself, Anna, you're not, you know, you're kind of crumbling again into this feeling of pressure and time and analysis paralysis. You got this, just trust yourself. And I gave myself that speech, and it really helped in the middle of the game. So after queen f6, I found this great move knight d2, because I realized that if I am able to trade this knight for this bishop, I will be very happy, because then I'll be able to at some point go bishop f3 and go for my idea of a6. So he went queen g6, and this allowed me to be able to take. And yeah, I went bishop f3, which actually I think more accurate was a6, which I thought during the game, and I'm proud because it's the best move, but okay, they're almost the same. So I went bishop f3 first, and now the idea was that I can go a6. So the problem that my opponent now has is that if my opponent takes, I will take, and if the rook moves, you know, I will go bishop e7, and I'm actually just winning an exchange. I'm winning material. He cannot defend both the rook and the knight. So here, he ended up going queen b5, and then I went bishop e2, because if queen b6, the queen is getting trapped after bishop c5. Takes and takes. The queen doesn't have any squares. Queen a5, I will be winning a piece. So he went queen b5, then he went back. I took on b7, and here, yeah, I should maybe have gone something like bishop e7 and just played a little bit more safe, but I went for it. I went queen takes a7. And now I, you know, had 14 minutes left, but still 13 moves to do, which means I almost have to make one move per minute. And I was getting really stressed because I saw that he got a lot of counterplay. So even if the engine says that this is super winning for me, practically this was not so easy because he's going to get a lot of counterplay. I'm 2 pawns up, but his queen is coming in and my king is a little weak, and I had some practical problems. So here I had to go queen a6, defending this pawn, and now he played a very strong move c5. To what I wasn't really exactly sure what the best move was. And yeah, actually, I think I should have seen that the best move was bishop a3, because this makes a lot of sense, because now I'm going to have some extra time. But I did the kind of more forcing move, bishop a5, because I thought now I'll trade pieces and that is good. But after takes, rook takes, and queen c2, I have to take with, well, I thought I had to take with the rook to not, you know, lose this pawn. But yeah, now queen c2, and things were messy because this pawn is not super easy to defend. You know, he's going to be able to take here. This pawn is hanging. So I was sweating here. You know, like not really, but like, you know, mentally sweating. So I thought here for like 6 minutes out of my 10, which was a lot. And I realized that I need to defend my b7 pawn. So I thought no matter what, my bishop is going to have to end up on f3. So let's maybe do it now. So he took the pawn on d4, and I got a bit worried about taking back because I saw queen d2, and everything was kind of hanging here. Queen e3, this pawn, this rook. Okay, here maybe I can go rook d1. But I thought it would be safer for me to just simply play queen e2. Because if we trade queens, I'm winning. That I knew. Because my bishop and this pawn are just too strong. But he went queen c7, so he was playing this very well. And yeah, here I wanted to go b4, but then I was worried that he had queen c3. To what apparently I have rook d1, and it's maybe fine. But, you know, this is hanging. I'm really not sure what is going on here. So this is the kind of position that the engine will find the win instantly. But, like, for me as a human, it wasn't so easy. It's not easy to give up all your pawns, you know? So I ended up going rook a1, he went knight b6, and now I finally took, which was very important for me to take. I was even considering maybe something like b4, but I think actually then this is not so good. But yeah, I took, and I was really happy because I found this idea of queen e5, where the point is that if he takes here, I can go takes, takes, and yeah, my idea was actually just to go rook a8. And now I'm just going to be winning. Yeah, I'm just going to be having an extra piece. So I saw this and I thought this was just very nice. And if he goes here, the idea was that I have takes, takes, rook, and rook a8 as well. I was actually thinking maybe rook a6, but knight d7. And now just simply, I thought bishop c6 will just win on the spot. He cannot defend this knight and stop rook a8. So I'll be winning a piece. So he couldn't take on d4, I realized, but I only had 50 seconds left, and I still had to make 5 more moves before I got my extra 30 minutes. So he went queen d2, which is very smart, you know, keeping the queen on the table. And now my best move was rook d1, but I did the second best move, which is b3. He went king h7, and now I think is a moment where I should just have gone h3, but I went rook a6, which was a mistake. Here I should just have gone h3 because I need my king to be able to get out. But yeah, it was difficult. This whole position was very difficult. I went rook a6 threatening the knight because I didn't know where the knight was going to go. I didn't realize that he can just go knight d5 and kind of block my bishop. And now, no, sorry, rook a6. Oh, he didn't go knight d5. He went queen c3 first. Because now if I take, then my rook is hanging. And I went queen c5, which was a mistake. Here I have to go h3. But like I said, I only had seconds left on the clock, so I went queen c5 because I thought it looked good. King h1, and now he went knight d5. And now actually, with the setup, with the knight over here, he's been able to equalize. Which, you know, practically I don't think it's a draw, but like, now he has a lot more chances. He's back in the game. So my queen c5 was a big mistake. I had to go here h3, which was the move I was constantly lacking, so that I would never be having back rank checkmates. So he went knight d5, and now I decided, this was now move 40, I decided to just go queen c2 check to see where he goes, and now I have made 40 moves, and I can relax because I get 30 more minutes. Here he went f5, and apparently g6 is the only move he can do to try to be in the game. But I don't really understand still what happens after takes. I mean, okay, if rook takes, there's queen c7 wins on the spot. I'm threatening the rook and this pawn. And if pawn takes, I still don't understand what happens after queen c7. Wow, he has one move, which is queen e8. Only move. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, I didn't see this. The point is that if rook f1 now, he has rook d7. Wow, what a saving move. Okay. But anyways, he went f5 instead, which I thought made sense. And now I found the only winning move, which is queen c6. And he took on b3, which was a mistake. I thought he was going to go knight f4, which I was a bit worried about, to what I thought I was going to go h3. And I saw he had knight takes h3, but I thought here that... this is such a... I thought here I can just take. Wow, there's rook d6. What? Okay, this game is crazy. Queen takes, and this is apparently repetition. There's no human being finds this. This is insane. Insane. Yeah, but knight f4 was a better try. Yeah, I was maybe going to go rook a8. This was the other option that I saw, but I really didn't know after queen takes d4. Thought maybe now h3. Yeah, this was all very crazy. I wasn't sure. I think maybe I would have gone rook a8. I had time here, though, to think. But he went queen takes b3, which I saw now won for me because I realized that after takes, and here I have the beautiful move bishop e4, and there is no way now to prevent, you know, the checkmate really. I mean, yeah, and this is really beautiful because if he goes knight f6, I win the queen. And okay, if he goes like g6, I will just go rook takes g6, and yeah, I mean, you cannot stop everything that's going on over here. And it's really important there's no checkmate here with my bishop. So this was really good. You know, he went king there, and now it's a checkmate in 5, which I saw pretty quickly. This, it just becomes this checkmate. So I won against a 2187, and this tournament has been amazing. I think this is the most points I've ever gotten in this tournament, 7 out of 9, which, like I said before, starting with 2 out of 4, winning 5 games in a row is unheard of for me. Like, it's crazy. And I was kind of joking around then and saying, now we just try to win the rest. But now it actually happened, and it's like a dream come true. So not only did I, you know, win 5 games in a row, but I won some prizes. I ended up winning Best Woman in the tournament, which there's many women participating. I was not the highest rated woman. So I ended up getting, Best Woman. And also, I think I ended up on the 5th spot in the whole tournament. Out of like, I think 200 something people participating, I ended up 5th. So number 5, like, this is amazing. So I'm getting a general prize and the women's prize. So this has become an amazing tournament. I never win, you know, money prizes at chess tournaments. So it just feels amazing to win, you know, a prize. I cannot believe it, actually. So I'm just about to go to the closing ceremony. It's starting in 1 minute, so that's why I've also been rushing a little bit, but it's starting in 1 minute. So I'm going to run to the closing ceremony, and I'm going to take lots of videos and insert them at the end of this video so that you can see how it goes when I get my prize. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching this whole tournament. It's been an incredible experience, and thank you so much for your support. And yeah, I've done the tournament of I don't know, not my life, but like the tournament of many years. Like, it's an incredible tournament, and I gained also over 30 points of rating, which feels incredible. I'm getting closer to getting back to 2100 FIDE. Well, now I'm going to insert some footage from the closing ceremony.
Sounding name because there are a lot of Germans on the top boards.